Recently, I had the privilege of going to see the movie Sinners in theaters. It's pretty rare when you see a horror movie that absolutely everyone just adores and everyone raves about how good it is. Me personally, I hated it. Not because it was a bad movie, it was a good movie. You see, horror, to me, is truly about bad B horror movies. I have the most fun watching a fun, bad movie. I love fun, bad movies. I live for fun, bad movies. After seeing Sinners, I figured I needed to refresh my palate with some real movies. So I took my friend and went down to the video store. Go on, sit on down and shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Hey, shut up. Shut up. Sit down. Thank you. Here we go. Here's the big kahuna. Horror section. Okay. Selfie Man.
Selfie Man?
Selfie Man.
That sounds like it's gonna be bad.
This is a classic film.
I'm thinking I'm liking that.
Okay, I'm looking for Selfie Man.
That's in the maybe. Every single one of these Resident Evil movies, they're all bad. There's not a single good one.
There's no good Resident Evil movies. Oh, do you know the Robert movies?
The Robert movies?
The Robert movies. It's like Annabelle, but worse.
Okay.
Roberts are classic. There are some good movies sprinkled in here and there, like The Mist.
It's kind of like seeing a cryptid when you see, because you get The Mist, you got Mandy, surrounded by all these nobodies.
Oh, this is a good movie. Mandy's a good movie.
I like movies where their titles don't let you know anything about it, like Jezebel, Jennifer, Joshua, Jessica.
Oh, some of these aren't specific at all. Midnight Movie. What happens in Midnight Movie?
If you think about it this way, any movie can be a midnight movie.
House of Wax. This is a classic film.
Is
This is a classic terrible
film?
No.
Okay.
No, this is a terrible movie. I've heard of this one. Okay. This is Krampus the Reckoning. Any movie with the Reckoning in it.
Is this a sequel to that one Krampus movie? Because I know there was a
It's
movie...
completely unrelated.
Okay.
Krampus is just a free use character, I believe.
You know what else seems to be free use?
Oh no! Oh no!
Very interesting. I wonder what that has to do with this. Huh.
Wait.
this
Did that say
Is it?
Howl Hitler? It says
We have to get it. We have to.
I think we need to get Iron Wolf. It lurks in the darkness, only to return again. Through a series of cruel experiments, they create a secret new weapon. Who's they? Oh, the Nazis,
probably.
I guess. But when a Russian attack destroys the lab, the weapon is buried under rubble and lost for decades. It's not okay. This is it.
That sold me. That sold me.
So the first movie that we found was Iron Wolf. I don't know if I can even show this case on YouTube, but this isn't monetized, so who's gonna stop me? This movie was really bad. Unfortunately, I'm just gonna say it right here, it's not fun bad. This is not a fun bad movie. This is just a bad movie.
Okay. I've seen this.
Hashtag horror.
This is probably the worst movie ever made, period.
Really?
It is, put a gun to my head, I couldn't tell you the plot to it. I don't know what happened in that movie. I've seen it maybe twice. I don't know what happened in that movie. It's just noise constantly.
This was my first horror movie. I don't even dislike this movie.
In
Connecticut. From my remembering, I think it's a pretty good movie, but I couldn't really tell you. I Murders. No one is safe in cyberspace.
I'm going to take a guess and assume that that's somewhere in the same level as hashtag horror.
We can't only watch the Nazi movie. That makes me look really bad.
That does make us look a little bad.
We need something that screams the opposite of quality. These are classics. There's The Last Showing, The Last Ones Out, The Last Manatee, The Last House in the Woods, The Last House in Cemetery Lane, The Last Horror Movie?
God, I hope so.
Fangoria presents Gore Zone Video, The Last Horror Movie. Wait until you see the final cut.
Oh.
I want to see this movie.
I think we may have found our second.
It's literally the last one.
It's the last one.
It's the last one. Need one more actually good movie.
Hey, I think this one's about you.
Tall Man?
The Tall Man. Fear takes a new shape.
Like tall? The shape is tall?
The shape is tall.
The shape is tall. Tomb of Terror.
Time
Tomboys.
Crimes.
The Tingler.
Tingler.
The Tingler.
Maybe the Tingler is a hidden gem.
We can get the Tingler. We'll edit out of the bullshit. I just wanted to add, do you know how uncomfortable it is walking up to some poor cashier and going, can I purchase one copy of Iron Wolf, please? I'll have one copy of my favorite movie, Iron Wolf, where, you know, Heil Hitler. Heil Hitler. I had to purchase this from a real person. They saw my face. They got my credit info. They probably saw my address.
I think it being very clear that we're not members of the Aryan race makes it a little better.
It's a good thing we followed it up with the Tingler. So we did some digging for the IMDb page for Iron Wolf. Let's face this way because the lighting is better. And we're gonna flash the image up on screen, but this is the front image.
On IMDb, it is labeled as Iron Wolf, but all of the posters they have for it, they label it as Werewolf Terror. There's only 3 pictures they have of it. Only one of them is referred to as Iron Wolf. My best guess is they maybe wanted to remove the Nazi imagery.
So this is what we're looking at. There's no settings or anything. There's just the movie of the trailer.
It's very low res.
Normally for videos like this, you're supposed to watch the movie a few times, really get the full feeling of the movie, and then review it and make a long edited thing of that movie. Unfortunately though, I had a really hard time getting through this movie. I don't like this movie. I really don't like this movie. So, instead, to keep myself awake during the movie, I just took a shit ton of notes. So we're gonna go over those. Shockingly little happens in this movie. It is painfully slow. So the movie begins with a rollout of all of these supposedly Nazi characters arriving at this Nazi laboratory with this general character who is meant to oversee the progress on the Iron Wolf project. Long story short, the Russians arrive and blow up the facility. Everybody dies, and the Iron Wolf, the werewolf, is trapped in that facility. It's worth mentioning that the wolf is programmed to not attack anyone in German uniform or who smells German. This movie flip-flops between the wolf being some bioengineered creature and being an actual werewolf. Following the incident with the Russians, we cut to present day, where we see a homeless man going around the now abandoned Nazi facility where the Iron Wolf is housed. He finds an old German uniform and puts it on, and he hears banging from a metal door from which the Iron Wolf is trapped behind. Following this scene, we cut to our main cast of characters, and the text present day goes on screen, which doesn't make sense because we already cut to present day. That's what the homeless man was. So then it's like, okay, well, when did the homeless man thing happen? Was that like years ago? No, homeless guy is still in the building. That was just also present day, but we didn't want to include it in the present day. But I don't know. A lot of characters attempt a German accent and it doesn't work, and it's kind of hard to understand what they're saying. The old laboratory is being cleared out by this group of ragtag teenagers slash 20-year-olds or 30-year-olds or whatever for the sake of a concert. And the intention is for these characters to clean up the building and then hold this concert, but they don't really do that. They kind of wander around. A lot of these characters are for some reason extremely horny. Couples will be in groups of other people and just start making out with each other. Now, for having a runtime of 93 minutes, this movie really does have absolutely nothing going on. These characters wander around, some of them go off into side rooms to have sex with each other, and then some time passes and the gang finds the homeless man that had been camping out at that old facility, and they hear the banging on the door where the Iron Wolf lays. We're about halfway through Iron Wolf. I have a headache.
This is not a fun bad movie. This is actually a very boring bad movie.
There are so many shots of just walking around corners, and they never establish where anything is. It's just different rooms that you're led to believe are interconnected. And for a movie about the Iron Wolf, there is shockingly little Iron Wolf. There's no Iron Wolf. The Iron Wolf bangs on the door. They assume it's a person. They let it out, kills one of the characters, and then, boom, the Iron Wolf is free. Now, the Iron Wolf itself is just a guy in a sort of Nazi uniform. It's more so just like a brown jacket with like fur poking out. And then he has a scary looking zombie-esque mask. It is not the mask. It is not the face on the box, by the way. It is absolutely not this face. It looks a lot more plastic. And the only thing to really show off that it is a Nazi or a Nazi werewolf is just an armband that it has on. So, I mean, it looks okay, I guess. There's shockingly little Iron Wolf in this movie. Shockingly little. We don't actually see the wolf to the very end, or end-ish, maybe the last like 20 or so minutes. The gang find a corpse to sum things up. They run and hide into one of the safe rooms. They spend the night. The main character has a dream where he has sex with one of the other characters' girlfriends, who's horny, so horny for some reason. The gang hides out in this room to stay safe from the Iron Wolf. They eventually get fed up. Some of them go off to try and go to the car that they all arrived in, but they do it at the slowest pace possible, and they die because the Iron Wolf is in the backseat of the car. Through discovering some files and sheer luck, I guess, the main character does find out about the Iron Wolf not attacking those wearing German uniforms. So he is wearing a German uniform at the very end of the movie. And to make a not very long story pretty short, the main character and a few other characters get out. They try and go to the car. It doesn't work. They shoot the Iron Wolf and stuff, and he dies. Now, when it comes to movies like this, I do want to be in depth on the characters and what happens and what it means, and really give you the play-by-play. Now, I know I'm skipping over a lot. I didn't even tell you the main characters' names or their motivations or anything, and I'd like to, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Nothing really happens in this movie as much as they pretend it does. It's mostly just people walking around. But long story short, there's an Iron Wolf made in Nazi Germany. He's imprisoned. He's no longer imprisoned. Kills a few people. Iron Wolf dies because, you know. Then one character is revealed at the end to have been infected. She got clawed by the Iron Wolf. So we're meant to assume that she can now be a werewolf. But it doesn't matter because we don't care about these characters, and this shit's not getting a sequel. Unfortunately, Iron Wolf does not get a good bad movie rating, and I will be burning this disc. Now, the second movie was actually a very, very good movie, and I am very, very lucky for having watched this movie in particular in the way that I did. This movie is better if you get it from a video store. I'm talking, of course, about The Last Horror Movie. The box doesn't make it seem like a very good movie. There are two movies titled The Last Horror Movie. There's the real movie, The Last Horror Movie, IRL, and then there is an in-universe movie, in this movie, called The Last Horror Movie, which this movie you're watching is taped over. So the first segment of this movie is actually a fake movie called The Last Horror Movie, and then it cuts to the real movie called The Last Horror Movie.
It's always been a mystery to me why people make such heavy weather of disposing of a body. I mean, if you leave a severed arm and a sack full of entrails at the bottom of someone's garden, of course they're going to notice. You see that there? We're making a film of this. We're trying to make an intelligent movie about murder while actually doing the murders.
You've got to stop it. All this stuff you're doing.
Hello. Can you spare us a few moments of your time? Whatever happens, this is going to be your last horror movie.
Basically, to sum things up, this movie follows a serial killer named Max, who is making a documentary. He tapes his killings along with his thoughts, and essentially a documentary about himself, over a in-universe film titled The Last Horror Movie, which I believe is supposed to be some bad B-horror movie. I actually really recommend watching this movie. I almost don't want to tell you how it goes. It's not a traditional movie by any sense of the word, but the main character, Max, is extremely charismatic. It is interesting to see him explain his thought process on killing people and how he goes about his world, how he goes about his life, and lies to his friends and his family. Because he does have friends and family in this film, and he doesn't screw that up by being some psycho that gets too in his head and too egotistical. It's also not like some grindhouse scare movie. Like, it's not too offensive. The issue with this movie is that there's not exactly a plot. Now, you follow Max as he goes about his job as a wedding photographer. and as he goes along with his assistant, who is someone who helps him film all these scenes, and that he attempts to goad into killing people with him. That has its own little arc. Unfortunately, the assistant doesn't actually kill someone, he chickens out, which results in Max then killing this character. But like I said, this movie doesn't really have a traditional plot. It is essentially just an in-universe video diary of this serial killer. You learn about his life and you see as he goes through a few months filming this pseudo-documentary. Ultimately, the finale of this movie goes through Max's final thing that he wants to do with this film is he wants to get someone's reaction to watching this movie. One of his main points is, if he's so evil, then how come you as a viewer are still watching? So this is where the original movie, The Last Horror Movie, comes in. You see, it's taped over this film so that the in-universe character can go to the video store, buy this movie, and then take it home and watch it. And this would prompt Max to follow this person home and watch them through the windows as they're watching this movie. Now, the implication is that once you finish this movie, and once you've seen everything Max has done, then he's gonna come into his home, ask what you think of the film, and kill you. It is honestly really interesting, and it makes it a lot cooler considering I got this from a video store, so it kind of made me feel a little more part of the joke, I guess. I honestly do recommend this movie. If you like found footage movies, you know, this would scratch your itch. And it has some honestly pretty good kills, and the characters are just fun to watch. So yeah, that's The Last Horror Movie. I genuinely recommend this movie. It is a lot better than I expected. After watching Iron Wolf, though, you probably could have put on anything and I would have loved it. But genuinely, I would recommend this to someone. If you can get over there not necessarily being a third act and really treat it as a video diary, it's really fascinating. Now, the last movie that me and my friend picked up was The Tingler. Now, we got this because of the title, because what the hell is The Tingler? That's hilarious. This movie stars one of the most legendary horror actors of all time, Vincent Price. I will be so honest, I didn't watch this movie. I was really tired after the first two, so, you know, I'm sure it's fine. Honestly, it's just kind of old, which doesn't make it bad. I just didn't feel like it, so. Okay, bye-bye.